This is so freaking hard for some reason. Don't know why. Lighting! Hey everybody, and welcome to another video from Tinana DIY. If you're new to my channel, my name is Leah, and today I'm going to be talking about something that has pretty much been a part of my life for the last 2 years. And the reason why I want to talk about it is because it's pretty much the real reason why I am taking part in this 10-week challenge, which is a collaboration challenge with my friend Jess from Two Boy Tribe. We've been catching up and we've been doing exercises together, and we keep in constant contact all the time, and it's just been really awesome having that other support person with me, because to be honest, I have slipped up a little bit on a few days, but I think I've kind of, now that we're up to week 5, I feel like I'm kind of getting there. This is something that I want to continue after 10 weeks, and hopefully it will be something that I will carry on for the rest of my life, because to be honest, this is something I have to kind of keep up for the rest of my life. It's not a choice that, yeah, I just want to try this out and see how I go. It's actually legit for my life. I need to carry this on for the rest of my life. So the reason why I am doing this 10-week challenge is purely to get healthy. It's not really about losing weight. It is sort of like, I do want to lose weight, but if I don't, that's fine. I don't mind, whatever. But I really want to get my health back on track. So this is going to be a little bit of a story time for you guys, so please, I apologize if this is really long. I'm hoping that it won't be, because I know I don't have very long on my SD card. So anyway, let's just get into this story for you guys. Firstly, before I get into the story, I do not want any kind of sympathy. It is something that, today what I'm going to be talking to you guys about, something that affects a lot of people, particularly our Māori people, which is really unfortunate, in South Pacific whānau as well. So it isn't like it's something that is just new to people's lives. It's been around for a while, but I'm wanting to show awareness and how it can affect anybody, and you may not know that you have it, and then one day you just have it and it sucks. So let's get into the story. So it was June 2015 and I was getting a medical done, and the woman came around to my house, and which was really cool, because that always makes me feel a bit more comfortable instead of going to the doctors. Although in saying that, I have been to the doctors now so many times that I'm just like, whatever. But anyway, I was getting all the blood tests done and all that kind of stuff. Then she asked me for a urine test, and I don't know what it is about giving urine, but for some reason my bladder thinks that it's in the desert, so it doesn't want to go to the toilet. So of course, here's me trying to chug down like loads of water so that I can go to the toilet, and I'm thinking wet things, waterfalls, all that kind of stuff. And so I finally give urine, and the nurse goes to test it, and she kind of did the whole and it wasn't like a your urine looks gross. It was more like something is not quite right here. She then asked me if I have got any family members of my family that have diabetes, and I said to her, oh, just my grandfather, he's got the type 2, which at the time I didn't know much about diabetes. So I was just like, I think it's type 2, it's diet related anyway. So she said, oh, okay, well, I'm gonna send these to the lab, these tests, but if I was you, I'd go to the doctors this afternoon. And I said, oh, like, I was quite shocked that it wasn't like, oh, if you can go to the doctor sometime this week or tomorrow even. It was today, this afternoon, the lab results will be in, you'll be able to go to the doctors and find out what's up with you. So being typical Leah, because I'm that kind of person who gets the smear test like newsletters in the mail, and I just ignore them until the very last day where I have to go in and get it. I didn't go to the doctors that day, but the tone in her voice made me really quite worried. So the next day I went in to the doctors, and the doctor that I had at the time, he was not very good, I would say. I don't know, I just never found him very good. And so I went in and I sat down, and he said he was very surprised over my urine test and my blood test, because 6 months prior I had actually gone into the doctors to have another urine test for, you know, those stupid urine infections, and he said that my urine was, you know, at the normal neutral, what it should be. And then so suddenly 6 months, or might have been 9 months later, how could that's such a drastic change from being pretty healthy neutral to not so good. We are not looking good, Leah. But it was how he explained it to me. He was like, yeah, it looks like you have diabetes. And I was kind of like, so do I have diabetes? Like, do I? And he was kind of like, yeah, it looks like it. Like, he wasn't certain. And so I was, as you can imagine, quite upset. I thought that this was the end of the world, really, to be honest. I just thought that people would, because I didn't know enough information about it, I thought people with diabetes would never eat sweet stuff, they'd inject themselves and all that kind of stuff, which is not a big deal. But at the time I was just like thinking of all these different thoughts in my head, and I was just like, oh my god. Also, I was all by myself when I went in because I was not expecting this news. He didn't even know how to use this thing here, which is the little prick test that you guys do. It's a little prick test that I have to do. He didn't even know how to use that, so he had to wait for a nurse. At the time, the nurse that I normally see to go get my flu jab and stuff like that, she wasn't actually there, she was on holiday. So I had to get this other nurse who showed me how to use this. And we pricked myself just to see, and just to show me how to do it. And it was so freaking high. It was so high that the nurse actually was like, oh my gosh, that's high. And it was how she said it was just like, lady, I'm just found out I'm a diabetic and you're telling me that my blood sugar's high. Like, obviously it is, because how was I to know I'm a diabetic, you know? So I was not feeling very good emotionally. If you guys are following me on Instagram, I have had an episode of not feeling very good mentally. And why I say it like that is because I know that there's people out there that have way more serious mental health problems than what I do, and I don't want to kind of put myself under that, because I feel like mine's nothing compared to what other people are going through. So yeah, I was a little bit shocked about that, and I remember they left the room and then I just bawled my eyes out. I remember texting Army and being like, oh my gosh, I've got diabetes, blah 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 blah. I was just super duper upset. And it's kind of weird to think that I had been living possibly with diabetes for the last couple of months, maybe even longer. Maybe it could have even been a year and I just wouldn't have known. The symptoms are kind of obvious once you start to break it all down. One of them is constantly thirsty, which is definitely something I was experiencing. I was always wanting to drink water. Even in the middle of the night, I would get up and drink like a whole bottle of water because I was just so thirsty. And obviously with thirst comes urinating, so I was constantly urinating. Tired, fatigue, that was a big one as well. Like, so yeah, I was experiencing all the symptoms and I just didn't know what it was. And another thing is, if you get sick, it takes a really long time to recover, which at the time, I think it was May 2015, so a couple of months before, I had been really ill. And I remember taking time off work and I just was not getting any better, and that's because diabetics do find it very hard to get a lot better. As well as, like, if you were to break an arm or you got injured and you had a big gash in your arm, that would take a very long time to heal, and that's just part of being a diabetic. So I am a diabetic type 2, and so that means that I do not need insulin, which is fine. I've got insulin, so with a type 1 they have no insulin, so that's why they need to be injected with it, because they can experience highs and lows. But with a type 2 you've got a little bit of insulin, but it's just not enough, so that's why you get the highs or you get the lows. So pretty much the reason why I wanted to kickstart off this 10-week challenge with Jess is because I feel like I've been in denial about this whole condition. Something that thousands of New Zealanders live with, and for the first year I was kind of like, yeah, sort of, not really eating very well. And then last year it was, I'd have bursts of where I'd be like, good, bad, good, bad. In October last year I went and saw a naturopath, and she was incredible. For some of you that are watching that are maybe working in hospitals or in the public health care, I absolutely, you know, it's fine, you guys. I know you guys have your own like little realm of what you think is good for a patient, and medicine, because I am on medicine, but the side effects of my medicine is just crazy. I hate it. I don't look forward to taking it, and half the time I'm not sure if it's doing much to me anyway, but I tried to follow some of the stuff that she implemented with me, and yeah, that's pretty much what I've been doing so far for the last 5 weeks. And the first 2 weeks, as you guys may have known on Instagram, I was kind of struggling. I was always hungry, but now I've got it down to I'm never hungry. Like, obviously you get hungry, like, yes, but in between meals I was literally starving, guys. So yeah, I'm pretty stoked that now in week 5 we've got 5 more weeks to go. And I feel like I'm healthier, feel a lot better, I'm doing a lot more. I really want to show you guys awareness of how just I was living my life normally. Prior to diabetes, I'd done rapid fitness. If you guys have been following me since the start, when I was doing this channel with Henry, we both did rapid fitness and we both lost a lot of weight. And I remember that was the time when I went to the doctors and he said I was doing really well. So yeah, that's what I mean by 2014 I was pretty healthy because I was doing this rapid fitness, and then by 2015 I somehow got diabetes. My naturopath was telling me that sometimes people live with it for 3, 4, 5 years and they don't even know, and it can be quite dangerous. But sometimes their bodies, especially if you're young, like I'm young, so for me my body was kind of keeping up with it, but not really, like it was still dying in the inside. That first initial prick test that they did with me, it was so high that I probably shouldn't have been alive. Let's just say that, that's how high it was. But anyway, I just wanted to quickly show you, this is my little kit thing. So in here, these are the little needles, and they do not hurt at all. Like, honestly guys, they're they're quite sterile. As you can see, you actually have to twist off this little bit here, and then you pop it into here. This is the little needle thing, see, that just looks like that. And then on the side, there's just numbers. Oh no, it's on this bit, my bad. So the numbers are like, because obviously everyone's got different skin on there, like, you know, like for example my Koro using one of these, he would have to go to number 5 because he's got big man hands. So you know, so you can kind of, it pretty much works out how deep it's going to go, I think. Anyway, so that's the needle. It's all very sterile. And you don't need to use, you can use the same needle for a couple of goes. It's until it gets really sore. The next bit is just these little strips, which I believe for a diabetic, they're like government funded, but you do have to pay for them obviously. But yeah, they just look like this. Sorry, this is probably a really bad way of showing you guys. So it's almost like a strip that you would, yeah, like it actually goes into this little machine, and then it just reads your sugar levels, and that's how you find out if you're doing alright or you're not doing so good. So yeah, I normally have to test before breakfast, an hour after breakfast, 2 hours after lunch, and then 2 hours after dinner. Sometimes it can be quite sporadic, but normally it's just a weekly thing that I have to do. And yeah, pretty much just watch what I eat. It's all about diet. Yeah, if I lost a bit more weight, it might reduce the level of my sugar levels. But yeah, like I said in my blog post at the very start of this challenge, it's been an uphill battle. It's been pretty hard, and I don't know why, but it seems to be that it always happens to people who absolutely love sweet stuff. Now, I love sweet stuff, but I also love to bake, so you know how hard this is for me when I bake not to eat any of it because I just want to, because I love sweet stuff. It's so hard. If you were to put like a pie in front of me or an apple pie in front of me, I'm gonna go for the apple pie because I just love sweet stuff. So it's very hard. It's been very hard for me. It's definitely time for a change, and obviously this is going to be something that I'm going to have for the rest of my life, and that was something that it took me a very long time to come to terms with. It's been a struggle, but I am getting there, and that's the main thing, you know. It's been yeah, pretty much 2 years since I was diagnosed with it, and it's still a thing. I'm going to come out of this okay, and it's been really cool doing this challenge. So I wanted to let you guys know on this 5-week update, because obviously I haven't told anybody on this channel. It's been 2 years since I've had it, so you guys can kind of see that it is quite a personal thing to me. I don't really want people to know, but another aspect, I did want people to know, because I want to show you how you can just go from being an average Joe Blog person. I mean, I've always kind of been a bigger girl, but you can be, you know, okay in your health and then suddenly you're a diabetic. So I want to really showcase and show you that it could happen to anybody. And I know that my grandfather is a diabetic, and it does run in my family, unfortunately. Thank you guys so much for watching this big huge video. I know it was a bit long. Don't forget to check out down below. I am doing heaps of stuff on Instagram at the moment, because that's where I'm showcasing my journey of my 10-week challenge. I'm up to week 5 now. I've got 5 more weeks to go. Oh my gosh. And also don't forget to follow Jess. She is doing this challenge alongside me as well. She does a lot of blog posts, and she also is documenting it on her Instagram as well. So yeah, definitely go check it out. I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.